mind to LA with it. Mind to LA with it. Yeah. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. Anything I do for the gang. Took those L's and I took that blame. All money in, we ain't copping no chain. Feel like Ice Cube cause I did good day. Don't need 3 whips, don't need no race. I'ma keep it simple in the Chevy I skate. Thank the Lord every time I wait. Lace my shoes and I get to that cake. Heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. This is all we ever wanted. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. Pedal to the floor, to the engine. Head up in the clouds when I levitate. We don't spit game, we just educate. 10-10-80, had a paper straight. Couldn't get it back then, so I had to wait. Now the money come to me, so I don't have to chase. I don't gotta flash none, I don't gotta fake, darling. We not practicing, we ballin'. And heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Yeah. Go and stack it by the hundreds. Heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. This is all we ever wanted. I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang.
What's up, ladies and gents? This is your boy Marlon. We are back at it again here with another edition of the show. So, this is your first time watching. Don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have in the land of PlayStation and Xbox, as well as PC and Nintendo. If that is something that intrigues you, then this is the place for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. All right, man. So we got a lot to talk about today and to go over and discuss. And it ain't looking too good on the PlayStation side. We do have a major report here that is talking about PlayStation fans. They're furious right now at Sony, especially when it comes down to the first party games, which I have a lot to say on that. We're also going to talk about Capcom having a new showcase that's getting ready to go down. Really excited about that one. Xbox and AMD. AMD dropped a video today kind of going over the strategic partnership between themselves and also Xbox moving forward. So it's a huge partnership there. Lots of back catalog of games, new Xbox classics. Switch 2 games are not really selling. Third-party Switch 2 games are not really selling very well. No surprise there, because like I've always said, you know, everybody sort of buys Nintendo consoles for their first-party games and not so much of third-party games. But I mean, it's kind of still too early. I mean, as time progresses, we'll see how it, you know, shapes over time. But yeah, there's that one as well. We're also going to be talking about EA and the next Battlefield game. So if you're interested in the next Battlefield game, we do have some updates as well to go over there and discuss. So please do me a favor, a huge favor, hit that like button for me. And we're going to go ahead and get into the Q&A really quickly. Just kind of a pre-Q&A before we start off the show to see how everybody is doing. And then we're going to get the ball rolling. So let's go.
We'll make our own destiny.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So we didn't react to the DK Bonanza Direct? Haven't been able to keep up as much with your channel, but I'm still supporting.
Hey, Zay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, I haven't had a chance, man. I just been busy, dude. I haven't had a chance. All I know is everybody is saying that they enjoyed the Direct. Let's go. Already, we just started. We just started, baby. Pickles World. We just started.
5 months in.
Let's go, man. The diehards of diehards, man. You took the word out of my mouth. Listen, shouts to all the members. Those of you who are continuing to support the show, know why we continue in the show. Know why we continue in this podcast, because of you guys. The supporters who go above it. I can't stress it enough. Those of you who go above and beyond, you know, still paying for the memberships, even on Twitch, which is crazy. Y'all still paying for the memberships. Wait. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I swear the timing of things, bro. No, I just got a call, a very important call. Yeah. So more on that later. I'll focus on that later and figure out what's going on there. Yeah, it's kind of crazy the timing of things, right? When you get certain phone calls or certain phone calls that you're expecting to get, and then, out of nowhere you just get hit with it. So that can wait. I'll talk about. I'll call them later, and dig in and see what's going on there. But like I was saying, because of you guys' support, man, I can't stress it enough. You guys are the reason, the elite members, you are the ones who come through every single day. And whether it's hitting the like button, whether it's, donating, whatever, gifting subs, stuff like that, man, it helps us out so that we can continue to do what we do here. Our love for video games and our love for this show. So massive thank you to you guys. Please do me a favor, hit that like button for me, man, and share out the stream. One love and God bless on that one. All right. So I do have a lot to say here when it comes to PlayStation right now, and just the output of first party games, man. It's just, I don't know what's going on with Sony, right? I know a lot of people have been kind of wanting Sony to show certain games. We're not getting that. We're not even getting no PS5 showcase. It hasn't been the same since 2023 at this point. Like, it's just like, bro, like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like what's happening right now? You know what I mean? So it's very, very sad, man. I don't know what else to say. Like it's just people like, where's Wolverine? Where's this game? Where's that game? And we're seeing a strategic shift here from Sony, where it's like, okay, now we're just doing more live service games, right? At the beginning of this generation, a little bit after the beginning of this generation, we're pushing all these live service games and everything like that. And majority of them failed, right? And people are just like, okay, you can do your live service games and everything, but these are not the games that we are expecting you to put out there to the world or for us to play. You know what I mean? You're going backwards, and you have all these TV shows and movies that you're doing and remastering and remaking the wrong games, right? That we're not asking for, and everything is just crashing and burning right now. So it's kind of like, okay, where are the first party games? Where are the single player games at? You know what I mean? Like Wolverine is one of the main ones that people ask about. You know what I mean? Like, where is Wolverine? Why we have not seen anything on this game, right? So you doggone right, people are going to be furious and be like, man, I'm tired of this stuff. Concord failed miserably. Marathon, what the heck? What the heck is going on with Marathon? You know what I mean? Like Marathon, delayed indefinitely. Hopefully we might get a little bit of update later down in the year and stuff, because they took like the feedback and everything like that, and now they want to delay it, and that's fine. Get it right. You know what I mean? Because what you don't want to happen is another train wreck like Concord, right? And then ever since the whole Concord situation, it's like people are just kind of looking at Sony different, like, bro, you're so out of touch. Like, what are you freaking doing? You know what I mean? Like, so it's very, very sad to see Sony having IPs that we grew up on. You remaking and remastering games and doing movies on games that just came out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe sometimes even 10 years ago, right? Anything over 10 years, I think that's nostalgia for a lot of people. But even still, then, like, we're not even getting those kind of games 15, 20 years ago type of games. Everything is just recently released, rinse and repeat, remaster, remake, and it's working, right? And I try to tell you guys this, and I know a lot of PlayStation fans are upset, but hear me out, all right? Like, check this out. Like I said to you guys, I said, Sony does not care. None of these companies give a doggone. All they care about is your money. That's it. That's all they care about is your money. You're going to get less fan service, all right, and more of what they want to do. That's it, right? And it sucks, but that's the reality at the end of the day. And I know some of you guys have been sitting here talking about MotorStorm and Killzone. Get that out your mind, okay? And me too. I'm speaking for myself too. You know what I mean? Those games, SOCOM, and that's over with. You know what I'm saying? That's over with. I'm over it at this point because me sitting here like a dummy. Oh yeah, you're gonna get Killzone. Oh yeah, you're gonna get Resistance. Oh yeah. Sly Cooper. You know, Jack and Daxter and all these kind of games that we grew up on back in the day, back in the PS3, PS2 generation, PS1. You know what I mean? Them games done ship sail. Like them games ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? And then the games that was released on PS3, doggone it, we ain't even getting no follow-ups. You know what I'm saying? And PS3 was one of Sony's best generation ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? The games that we are asking you about, you know, Sony, bring this back, do this. Or, okay, even if you're not going to bring back these games, at least do something in that vein, create something different. Right? But add that classical flavor. Why do you think Helldivers 2 is so good? Why do you think Helldivers 2 is so good? Right? Because it brings back the spirit of nostalgia. It brings back a classic feeling. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, what are we doing?
No first-party games from but we getting Sony concerts. What the heck, Sony? Nobody asked for this, and I think is why Xbox is not dead.
Yeah, we getting concerts. Yeah, I saw that. We getting concerts and all this and that.
Thanks for the dono.
But we ain't getting no games.
PS will be okay unless you comparing to Xbox output.
PS will be okay. People always say that. People always, they're going to be okay. That's not the point. That's not the point, man. Thank you for the super chat. That's not the point. Stop saying that. That's like a slap on the wrist. No, stop doing that. Keep telling y'all, stop doing that. Call them out. You're the same ones who is sitting here, man, where's the PS5 showcase? Man, where is this game? Where's that game? Right? You know, we haven't look at freaking Factions 2. The wrong games are getting canceled, right? They had a Spider-Man multiplayer game. What happened with that? That got canceled, right? What happened to Factions 2? Wait a minute. No, that guy can't stop saying that nonsense. Talking about, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. No. Put your foot down and call them out. Stop saying that nonsense. That's bullcrap. They're going to be okay. That's not the point. The point is that they need to do better.
Thanks for the dono.
I swear, bro.
PS5 equals PS4 Ultra console.
Bro, thank you so much. Man, that stuff is so upsetting. PS5 equals PS4 Ultra console. That stuff is so upsetting to me that some PlayStation fans are sitting here defending this. There's no defending this. This whole generation has been a freaking mess. With all these freaking live service games, waste of money, waste of time, waste of freaking resources, okay? And it's like, bro, it's like a domino effect. Studios are getting shut down left and right. Freaking Sony Ben. Hello? Sony freaking Ben had to lay off 30% of their staff because their live service freaking game got canceled. I don't even know if you guys realize this. Sony first party studios, they don't freaking specialize in, wait for it. They don't freaking specialize in live service games. That's not their specialty, right? Ever since Jim Ryan, 2022, with all this, we're going to push for this live service crap. Right? Nothing is wrong with the live service games, but make the right stuff. You see Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League failed miserably, right? You see other games in the past when it comes to live service failed miserably, and you still come out with Concord, right? You still cancel Factions 2, right? You still cancel the Sony Ben's new live service game, the Spider-Man game that got leaked out. You cancel that. Like all these freaking games, the Twisted Metal game, you cancel that. It's like, what are you freaking doing? Like, it's so upsetting. And in the games that people want to play and enjoy, they can't. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of coming into these streams and see, where's Wolverine? Do you have any update? No, there's no freaking updates. You see what I'm saying? Because Sony wants to be Sony. Oh, they're going to be okay. That's the best that some people get. They're going to be okay. That's it. That's all you can say is that they're going to be okay. Instead of calling them out. And be like, hey, where are the first party games at? People are over here joking around saying, or I don't know if they're joking or they're being serious. Like, oh, we got PS5 Pro, but we ain't got no friggin' games. We ain't got no first party. Where are the first party games at? You see, Microsoft don't have this problem, bro. People was dunking on Microsoft in the past, saying this, saying that. Oh, Microsoft this, Microsoft that. Microsoft does not have that freaking problem. You can't say Microsoft ain't got no games. Microsoft has a whole new different strategy, right? That is working for them. They're printing money off of the strategy that they have. So you can whine and complain about exclusivity and all this nonsense.
He's doing a soft reboot. This gen is a wrap for PS.
Man, look, that's all we getting is reboots. That's all we getting is doggone reboots. Nothing new under the sun. Barely nothing new under the sun. All you getting is reboots, left and right. Reboots this, reboots that, right? But at the same time, we don't see anything, right? Every single time we get mud splashing our faces. You ain't tired of mud being splashed in your face? Huh? Since 2023, we've been waiting on a PS5. No PS5 showcase. None. Right? Yes, am I excited about Soros? Yes, of course I'm excited about Soros, right? Housemarque working on that. I'm excited about that. Okay, we got Ghost of Yote. We got, Death Stranding 2. Okay, cool. But where are the rest of the games that people been wanting and asking for? What's up with Wolverine? What's going on with that? You know what I mean? All the other stuff in the portfolio of things. We don't even know if we're getting a Venom game. People been asking ever since that Insomniac leak. That's why it's not good for leaks to happen, bro. Because when leaks happen and people find certain things out, they're just gung-ho on it. Oh man, where's Venom? Bro? They didn't even officially announce Venom. It was just it was leaked out with the Insomniac leak a couple years ago. But it's like people were just like, oh man, what's going on with Venom? What's going on with this game? What's going on with that game? Why we haven't seen gameplay for Intergalactic? No, you're not. You're not going to see that. You see what I'm saying? And then who knows? Yes, Wolverine is on the chart. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet is on the chart. We ain't seeing those games anytime freaking soon. Right? And I understand the reason why Sony is the way they are in terms of not showing you the games, right? They're showing you the games when they're ready to be shown. I understand that because of quality purposes, because of obviously, how the internet is and how the gaming industry is, that we like to rush stuff, aka Mind's Eye, aka Cyberpunk, aka Golem. There's so many other games that's been rushed. You know what I mean? And there's no passion or dedication. So I get it. But at the same time, if Microsoft can literally come out, I don't want to hear no freaking excuses from nobody. If Microsoft can come out every single year and give us a showcase, you can give us a show. I don't want to hear nobody picking up for Sony. Do not pick up for Sony. Don't you do it. This stuff pissed me off. If Microsoft, who is not even competing right now with Sony in the console space, but they're competing. You see what Microsoft is doing right now? They're going beyond console, continuing to expand beyond consoles, right? Through multiple devices. You're not going to be locked to just one device. You have the freedom to play wherever you want, whenever you want, on any friggin' device, as long as their ecosystem is on there. Look at the partnership that they have with AMD right now. Look how crazy that's going with multiple devices across the freaking board. Right? You have unlimited freaking options. And you see a truckload of freaking games being shown. Yes, a lot of them are coming to PlayStation, but guess what, doggone it? These games are first party freaking games. Microsoft has shown off. I don't even think people even realize Microsoft, between last year and this year, Microsoft has shown off way more first party games. Way more first party games than Sony combined. Yes, those first party games are going to another platform. It don't matter. Because here's the reason why it don't matter. You're going to play on whatever piece of plastic you're going to play on. Exclusive or not, I know y'all going to throw the exclusive card. Get that exclusive card out of here because exclusivity is dead. You understand what I'm saying? Even for Sony, 1 to 2 year minimum, and it goes to another platform.
Thanks for the dono.
Like, bro.
Pragmata was supposed to release in 2022 and I am still waiting for the KOTOR remake. I'm excited for Nintendo and Xbox. Sony is in last place RN.
Listen,
Thanks
man.
for the dono.
Don't forget that the Wolverine leak damaged the game's development. That's why there are nothing but crickets. They may need to restart ground up.
Man, listen. Thank y'all for the super chat. Listen, bro.
Thanks for
man.
the dono.
How would you feel if Sony announced Wolverine canceled?
I'll be pissed off. I'll be really pissed off. But knowing Sony, bro, that's why I said stop defending them. Knowing Sony, knowing the nature of Sony and what they've been doing lately, I would not be surprised. Do I think it's gonna get canceled? No. I don't think it's gonna get canceled. I feel like if it's gonna get canceled, it would have been canceled already. But I'm just saying, you always have to think realistically. You can't just think one way. You got to think for all outcomes. And it's like, bro, like people are wondering, okay, what's going on with Wolverine? What's happening right now? You know what I'm saying? We have not heard nothing since 2021. Other games we have gotten updates for, right? Spider-Man 2, that was the next game, but right after, people was complaining about why we're not seeing anything on Spider-Man 2. Boom. They start showing stuff for Spider-Man 2. Nothing on Wolverine. Nothing. Right? Y'all talk about Venom this and Venom that. Nothing. You ain't getting no Venom game. I don't know why y'all thinking that. You ain't getting no Venom game. All right? Spider-Man 3, all the stuff that was leaked out from that Insomniac leak, you ain't getting nothing. Nothing you ain't getting. Right? Because the Sony that, bro, I swear to you guys, the Sony that we come to know and love ain't there no more. They're not there any. I don't know if you guys been paying attention, but Microsoft, one thing I can say about them, they come through every single year.
The pandemic excuse doesn't work. Nintendo, and every other platform except Sony has been cooking really. B's excuse.
Nah.
What's theirs? None.
No excuses. No pandemic. Nobody want to hear nothing about no pandemic. You can't pull the pandemic card no more. That's old. That's in the past. You see what I'm saying? That's old and that's in the past. That's on the back of the wall. Back in time. You're talking about pandemic. You can't pull. They can never pull no pandemic. I'm gonna be laughing so freaking hard. I don't want to hear no excuse. There's no excuses now. No excuses. Because if your rival Microsoft is out here giving you showcases after showcases, giving you developer freaking events. What do you call them again? Developer spotlights. I'm just gonna say spotlight, right? I know it's not called that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, every year around January or February, we get a developer inside. We get a developer spotlight showcase. Every freaking year. What is Sony doing? Sony ain't doing that. All you getting is the bare minimum. And as gamers, this is why I try to tell y'all, as gamers, we deserve more. That's nonsense. As gamers, we deserve more. We supposed to be getting showcases every freaking year.
For the dono.
Every year.
The problem is that Sony has become lazy.
Yeah, become lazy because they feel like Microsoft ain't no competition for them. But the reality is Microsoft is crushing it right now in the software part. They're, man, Microsoft is making more money than ever now in the software department. You see what I'm saying? And then with this next generation of Xbox that they're talking about, blurring the lines with home console and PC and fusing it into one to where you can play Steam games and GOG and Battle.net, Epic Game Store on your freaking Xbox, and being able to play whatever you want, whenever you want, on top of your games that comes from Microsoft themselves, first party. What? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's exciting. It's crazy. Microsoft turned the script. So you can say whatever you want about, exclusivity this, exclusivity that.
I blame most of y'all content creators for comparing PS to Xbox. Those companies are not apples to apples, but y'all had PPL thinking Xbox was dead end. Wastebasket emoji.
Hey, listen. I can't speak for every content creator because some content creators are just pure negativity. Doesn't matter what news drops, it's all negative. But at the same time, like I said, in the past, that's why it's called the past. In the past, I was hard on Microsoft because I'm like, Microsoft, I know you can do, this was way before the acquisitions, way before they bought Activision, way before they bought Bethesda. I was hard on them because I wanted Microsoft to do better because I knew that they could. And yes, exclusivity is no longer the narrative here, but at the same time, they are still delivering. They're dropping showcases. They're dropping developer updates, letting you know where the progress of the games are. Bro, they're doing remakes and remasters of games that people are asking for. Look at that Gears, the original Gears. What? That's #1 on the PlayStation Store. That's a first-party game. For the first time, Microsoft is smart.
Thanks for the dono.
Man, I'm so mad right now.
PS1 and PS2 good gen, PS3 May, PS4 good gen, PS5 May.
Man, listen, bro. GB, listen, bro. It pisses me off. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Microsoft is out here remastering and remaking games that people are asking for. Look at the original Gears, bro. Look at the original Gears of War, bro. Huh? Look how powerful that is. The game that helped shape the Xbox 360, right? The launch title, right? And Gears is so special to my heart. And I can't believe that I'm even alive. That is so huge. That is history, right? Microsoft is doing this single-handedly. Sony, you joking around. They brought Gears, bro. They put Gears on another I lived to see that. That was not the case when Gears first came out, right? Back in the day, I think there was some rumors that, Gears 3 was on PS3. It was running on PS3, but that wasn't released to the public. Bro, finally, after all these years since the Xbox 360 generation, I don't even know if y'all understand. Gears of War is now on PlayStation, and it's #1. #1 on the PlayStation Store. Let that sink in. Microsoft took a old classic.
Thanks for the dono.
Nintendo did a fantastic job showing off DK in that direct. Nintendo and Micro have been great. Hell, Micro has saved the year for me on PlayStation.
Yeah, man, it's bro, it's wild. It is so freaking wild to me. It is so wild to me. Thank you so much, Mark. It is so wild, bro. Microsoft can say, and they're not even done yet. You heard what Phil said. There is more announcements. More unannounced announcements that are coming, bro. There's more announcements that are coming, right? For games. And what did Phil said at the end of the Xbox showcase? A game that was there with us since the very beginning. that helped shape Xbox into what it is today is coming. You know what that game is.
We will make our own destiny.
Bro, when it comes to exclusives, Xbox and PlayStation is dead, but not Nintendo. They have so many great exclusive games that are only on Nintendo.
I understand that. But let me just say this right now. Because exclusivity is dead don't mean that these consoles are dead. It just simply means that, hey, this is just a whole different strategy now that we have to get with. But at the same time, bro, Microsoft is out here doing things that Sony should be doing. Sony have some of the greatest IPs in the world. Why, if Microsoft can bring back Gears, why you can't bring back Killzone? Why you can't bring back Resistance? I don't want to hear no nonsense story in my ears. And people sitting here defending Sony. Oh, you know, they're going to be okay. And oh, Sony this and Sony that. No. That's patting on the back. No, call them out. If Microsoft can sit here and bring back Gears and put Halo on PlayStation and bring back all these classic titles that we grew up on, come on, you know this. Stop wasting my time. Y'all know what I'm saying is true. That's why I said it don't pay to be a fanboy. Call this stuff out, man. You see what I'm saying? If Microsoft can sit here and bring back Halo and freaking Gears, Halo and Gears and Forza made Microsoft. And they're still doing these games today. You hear what Phil said? The next Forza Horizon game, next friggin' year. What is Sony doing? Right? You sitting on your bag. You sitting on your bag. You got all these games that people been asking for. Every single time we hear news about, you know, this game, Sony revitalizing this classic, and everybody all getting all excited because they're thinking, oh, shoot, it's something from PS3 generation. You know what I mean? Or PS2 or PS1. No. It's something that came out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 10 years, maybe if you're lucky, 10 years. Nothing that you see why Capcom. You see, is Capcom perfect? No, Capcom is not perfect. But at the same, they're almost near perfect. You see what Capcom's doing? Pay attention to Capcom brought so much joy. Microsoft has brought so much joy right now, more than Sony is. Come on, you know this. And Nintendo, come on. Stop playing. Right? Look at what's going on, man. You know? Like, it's crazy. See, that's the thing about Nintendo. Okay, third-party games ain't selling well on Switch 2. You think that's going to stop the Switch 2 from selling? Because most people who buy the Switch 2 are buying it for the single-player games. Nintendo has been doing the same thing since the very beginning. Since the 80s, bro. They've been doing the same thing. Same games, and they keep selling. Why would I stop? If I was Nintendo, why would I stop? I'm not going to stop. If my games are doing 50 million, 40 million, you know how much money that is? Why would I stop? Stop because everybody, oh, you keep doing the same thing. Well, if I'm keep doing the same thing, then you need to stop buying then. Stop buying into it then, homie. If you so mad about me doing the same thing, and the thing about Sony is they stopped being great. They stopped being great. Sony was greater than this, bro. What is Sony freaking doing? I'm not the only one that's furious. I love PlayStation. I'm saying it out of love. What are you freaking doing? We know Soros is coming. We know Death Stranding 2 is coming. Let's not kid ourselves here. No disrespect to Hideo Kojima, but most of you dudes don't like Death Stranding, so come on. And then the rest of y'all was sitting here, not saying y'all in the chat, but the PlayStation fan base, some of them were sitting there talking about Ghost of Yotei and woke this and woke that and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. So let's not act like most of these games that Sony is coming out with, you're all on board for. Because you don't have a choice. Come on, you know this, right? You don't have a choice. So it's like, oh, okay, well, hey, shoot, I'm hyped for this, I'm hyped for that. But at this deep down on the inside, come on, you're not that hype. Most of y'all talking about Uncharted. We want another Uncharted game. Have we got a drop of evidence of an Uncharted 5 happening? Zero. Zero.
Even further beyond.
Waste of time.
If Xbox can remake Space Marine and put on Game Pass, what is Sony excuse?
Waste of freaking Francisco. Thank you for the $3. Waste of friggin' time. You hear me? Waste of time. Sony can do way better. I don't want nobody making no excuses for Sony. You can make so much more money than what you're making right now, and you could do way better than what you're doing right now. Way freaking better. Man, I'm still hurting at the fact that Factions 2 got canceled.
We will make our own destiny.
My man, Luis Gonzalez. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Make sure you go to the community tab. Add me on Nintendo, add me on Xbox, add me on PlayStation. God bless. Listen, man. Listen. You can do way better than what you're doing. I don't want to hear no friggin' excuses. I don't want to hear it. You can do way better than what you've been doing, right? I don't know. I don't understand this silent stuff that Sony is doing. Lied to us last year. Obviously, when they appointed Hideaki Noshino-san and my man Herman Hulse as co-CEOs and stuff like this. And it's like, bro, like, what are you? I'm catching myself right now, right? It's like, bro, oh yeah, we're going to communicate more. We're going to do better, right? And then instead, you still doing the same thing, bro. You showed off Concord. All right. People are like, nope, we don't like that. You showed off freaking Marathon. People are like, nope, this ain't it. Right? Then we heard this stuff about Fair Games. Fair Games ain't even ready for prime time. Right? People are pissed off about that. What's going on with Fair Games? Another DOA game. Come on, let's call it out what it is. Right? And then now all of a sudden we're gonna be very careful. We're gonna be very careful on what we do moving forward when it comes to live service. Oh, you better be careful. Cause we don't know what the heck you're doing. Bro, you sitting on your back.
Thanks for the dono.
Sony has a treasure trove of legacy. You can pull up Uncharted MP now and the lobbies are packed. What does that tell you? Show that on the stream.
All right. You've been saying that since yesterday, Mark. You've been saying that since yesterday, right? Lobbies are still full, right? And it's like, bro, like, I don't know what it's going to take, bro. Like, I just don't know what it's going to take right now. Like, people want to feel wanted and excited and feel like, bro, like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, we got something to be hype about, genuinely hype, not no fake hype. Look how we left that last state of play. Look how y'all felt about that last state of play. Y'all were like, man, that state of play was garbage, Marlon, that state of play was trash. You talking about that state of play was an 8. What are you smoking, Marlon? That's not no 8. That's a bad state of play. That came from y'all's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? That's what y'all said out of y'all mouth. That state of play was garbage. You can't make this stuff up. So people want PS5 showcases and they're not getting PS5 showcases. They're not getting what they want. And people wonder why. They wonder why people feel the way they feel about this generation to begin with. Because this generation, while there's some really good games that dropped, but at the same time, it's not consistent. And a lot of it has to do with remakes and remasters, remaking the same game 5 times. Come on, you know this. Remastering stuff and remaking stuff 4 or 5 times over and over and over again. How many times you gonna do the same thing over and over? Are you running out of ideas? Are you that delusional? I don't understand. You used to be greater than this. Like, why is it that we can't have a PS5 showcase? Why? Maybe I need to call. We could call Herman or call. What's up with PS5 showcases? Why are you not doing a PS5 showcase? Give me a valid reason on why you're not doing a PS5 showcase. Why? When that's all we've been asking for. Show us the games that we want to see. Okay, they're in development. You're not ready to show them yet. Okay, well, give us some updates on the blog. Let us know that the game is alive. Something. Instead of having us out here, out in the dry, no water, dying for thirst, wondering what's going on. Every time we turn around, now the PS5 is becoming a really, really good looking third-party machine now, because every freaking time people turn around to these Xbox showcases, they're seeing PS5. I'm buying it on PS5. Come on, you can't make this up, bro. Come on, you know this. You can look, bro.
Thanks for the dono.
And they got the audacity of talking about PS6.
Yeah, talking about PS6. But we got a problem right here. PlayStation fans are furious right now. Let's talk about what's going on right now. My man Luis said Sony is tripping big time. He says, where are those 20 something games in dev plus all that Last of Us remake this generation? Ain't it, bro? Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Luis. Like, bro, this is I'm sorry, man. This is a slap to the freaking face, bro. Like, what are we doing here? You can do way better. Okay, y'all think this is a joke. All right, let me show y'all something. Y'all think I'm just talking just to talk? Okay, let's show y'all the evidence, because y'all think I'm just talking just to talk. I'm so upset, man, because it should not result. I'm tired of talking about this. For years, we've been having this problem with PlayStation. For years. This silent stuff, man. This silent stuff ain't good. You got your fans spending thousands of dollars. Hundreds and thousands of dollars. Some people spend a lot of money on these consoles and these games and these memberships. You heard what Sony just said recently. More people are buying the higher tier PlayStation Plus memberships. And we still don't even have the ability to download PS3 games.
Thanks for the dono.
Because they don't think they have competition.
They don't think they have. Poor excuse. Steve, listen to me. You think because, okay, for instance, you think because I know somebody is better than me, I'm just going to give up and not try because I know somebody is better than me? No. Doesn't matter. If I was a boxer and the boxer that I'm going up against is way more taller than me, more powerful than me, bigger than me, got more reach than me, I'm just going to just cower it out and get out of the ring and walk away because I know he's going to beat me? No, I'm going to still freaking try. I'm not freaking going to give up. I'm going to throw as much jabs and much punches until one of them suckers connect. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, that's poor excuse. No competition. Man, I don't want to hear that nonsense no more. No competition. Okay, so no competition means you need to be lazy, act like you don't care about your fans and what your fans been asking for. That's poor excuse. No, that can't work in 2025, middle of 2025, fixing to go into 2026 soon. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Garbage, nonsense, trash. That's garbage. You know what I mean? Oh, you ain't got no competition. No, produce. Show up, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Be sharper than a razor. You know what I mean? Show why you're number one. You claim to be number one. Show why you're number one. Defend the title. What the heck are you doing? Talking about you gonna give up or you're not really going all out because you King Kong. You King Kong. You king of the jungle, huh? Well, at any moment and any time, somebody can come and replace you in the jungle in a heartbeat.
Thanks for the dono.
Come on, man. Like,
You gotta watch the Bonanza Direct. It was so good.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that. Everybody keeps saying that. And that's what I'm saying. That's the strength. Thank you so much, Zay. That's the strength of Nintendo first-party games. That's the strength of first-party games. Listen, Sony used to have that strength, bro. Not no more. Not no freaking more. They don't. They're sitting on the games that people been asking for years. And nope, we're not doing it. And then what pissed me off, okay, is during the Activision acquisition of Xbox, the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, where Jim Ryan was talking about, oh yeah, they running out of ideas. They none of their studios can make anything to go up against Call of Duty and this and that and all this and that, sounding like they clueless. And then I saw some other article somewhere one time talking about they running out of they don't have any original ideas, running out of ideas or some nonsense like that. What? Man, listen to me, man. Just turn my spirit today, bro. Like, that stuff pissed me off, dude. Stage with the 5 says, y'all asked to pay more for games. They gave you that. Hey, listen, man. Listen. People are spending more money on PlayStation Plus, but yet still, there are things about PlayStation Plus Premium that people are desiring and they're not getting. What's up with the PS3 stuff? What's up with the classics? Yes, they're dropping classics here and there, but it ain't the classics that y'all want. Right? What's up with the PS3 stuff? Why is it that we just streaming PS3? Why we can't download PS3? What's up with that? Microsoft is putting Sony to shame with backwards compatibility. To shame. Microsoft is and they fixing to go crazier with AMD with these new chips when it comes to backwards compatibility. What are you doing with backwards compatibility, bro? You talking about, oh, PS3 this and PS. I want to hear that. I want to hear all that nonsense. If Microsoft can go all the way back to the original Xbox 360, Xbox One, and where we are now with Series X, and then with the next generation Xbox, you're going to see across the board, you're going to be able to play all them games. Wait until we talk about what we're talking about today. You're going to be able to play all them last generation of Xbox console games on any Sony, talking about PS3 because of the PS3 architecture. You can't give us full backwards compatibility. You can't give, no, that's not what it is. What it really is that you want to make money off of PlayStation Plus Premium. Let's call it what it is.
Thanks for the dono.
Why not give the reloaded treatment to Killzone SOCOM?
Thank you. Cheeto, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Why you can't do the same thing with Killzone? People been asking about Killzone. Some people didn't. Some people missed out playing Killzone. What's up with Siphon Filter? What's up with Jack and people talk about Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper? Come on, you know this. Stop wasting our time. People asking about Heavenly Sword. You know how amazing it would have been. We have Hellblade and all this and that. Can you imagine Hellblade and freaking Heavenly Sword going up against each other like a Heavenly Sword 2? And listen to me, man.
Thanks for the dono.
You been felt like this and held it in keep it G.
Straight up, man. Like, bro, listen, man. Listen, dog. It was just boiling. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks
it was
for
just boiling, man.
You preaching today, Marlon.
Thank you so much, Oscar. It's just boiling up. That's why I just been holding my tongue. I've been holding my tongue because people get in their feelings, but there's no defending this. I'm tired of people defending this stuff like this. Speak up. This is not me bashing Sony. I'm speaking the obvious, bro. Any diehard PlayStation fan could agree and attest to this. Sony got to do better. I don't want to hear no excuses about, they ain't got no competition. We've been saying that this entire generation. And Microsoft started off on a bad foot and landed on a right foot. On a right foot they landed on. Started on a bad, rusty left foot and ended up on a right foot, on a good one too.
Thanks for the dono.
PlayStation business strategy since the beginning is to leech off money, hack games, and mooch off COD for years. It's finally catching up to them.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that pissed me off during the ABK deal. During the ABK deal, that's what pissed me off, is when Jim Ryan's sitting there talking about, oh, we none of our studios is capable of making anything to go up against COD. Try. You knew Call of Duty did not belong to you. When something does not belong to you, bro, it ain't yours. What are you doing? It ain't yours. You knew sooner or later, if you weren't trying to buy out Call of Duty outright, it ain't yours to begin with. So you knew sooner or later, once that company goes up on the market and be like, listen, we liquidating everything. And you were depending on that stuff. That's why my dad always tell me, bro, listen, have your own stuff. Don't leech off somebody else's stuff. Because when that person decides, hey, they taking away their stuff from you, it's game over, bro. Game over. It's finito. It's done. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what Sony's been doing for years. They've been leeching off a Call of Duty. You knew sooner or later that was going to be taken away. Thank God for them. And Sony had to swallow their pride because, well, Jim Ryan did not want to sign that 10-year deal. He didn't want to do it. But then he realized, like, oh, shoot, better than nothing.
Thanks for the dono.
Buy the 5-year-old remasters or no new games for PS.
Man, it's sad, bro. It's and people out here defending this stuff, bro. Like, it pisses me off, dude. Sony can do way better. I don't want to hear no garbage nonsense about them having no competition and this and that. That can't work anymore. You need to, even though you might think you don't have any competition, still try. Still crank out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Still show stuff. If Microsoft can do it, Nintendo can do it, you can do the same thing. I don't want to hear no excuses. Why are you so different? What gives you a pass? Because you're Jordan? Because you're Michael Jordan, so you get a pass for not producing and doing what you're supposed to do? No, I don't care how great you was. It's about now, homie. What you gonna do now? You were great in the past. What you doing now? What you doing now that's so great? Come on, man. Stop wasting my time. Y'all know this. All right, look at this now. PlayStationLifestyle.net is reporting. Look at this. PS5 a letdown in terms of first-party exclusives, fans say. So I'm not just pulling this out of my box side. All right, look at this for yourselves. This ain't Marlon coming on a rant, or I'm calling Sony out too because I want them to do better. I've been holding this stuff in, bro. And I just been holding my tongue because I know how some people can get. They get in their friggin' feelings for no reason.
Thanks for the dono.
Microsoft bought studios, not homegrown titles.
Same thing with Sony too. They bought studios too. And still buying friggin' studios. So same thing. All right. Now, 5 years after launch, the PS5 leaves much to be desired. You can't make this up. All right. When it comes to first-party PlayStation exclusives, players reckon while there is no shortage of great games to play this generation, one can't help but notice the scent of what? PlayStation Studio output. Especially in comparison to what? PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 eras. You see what I'm saying? This is what we just finished talking about. Compared to what Sony used to do in the PS3 and PS4 generation, not even close. It says right here that PS5 first-party exclusives slate bugged down by misadventures All right. So the latest disclosure was sparked by a Forbes article that has been making the rounds on the gaming forums in the light of Marathon's development troubles and delay. Journalist Paul Tassi wrote at a length about the state of PlayStation exclusives in this generation, arguing that the PS5 slate falls behind its predecessors. You can't make this stuff up. Fans seem to agree. We have noticed that an increasing amount of PlayStation fans are starting to admit that the PS5 hasn't produced the kind of heavy hitters we saw in the last two generations, which can partly blame on ballooning budgets and constantly increasing development times. But there is also the elephant in the room that we haven't talked about multiple times before. Sony expensive live service misadventures coupled with remasters after remasters. Hello, it ain't just me talking out the rear. I know y'all seeing this in writing. There's no shortage of talent at PlayStation. Thank you. Because Sony acting like they ain't talented. Sony acting like they ain't got the most talented first-party studios of all time. Thank you for putting this in the article. There is no shortage of talent at PlayStation Studios. Sony is home to some of the best developers on the planet. But we haven't seen anything new or original from a large number of them in the PS5 generation. Thank you, God. Thank you. In the early days of the PS5, there was a running joke about Insomniac Games carrying the first-party output, releasing several bangers rather quickly, but even that came to a halt. All right, the studio revealed, oh my God, what did I just say earlier? I don't need nothing. The studio revealed Wolverine nearly 4 years ago, and we haven't heard anything since. What was Marlon talking about? What was Marlon talking about at the beginning of this friggin' show? What was I talking? You thought I was just talking out my rear? We have not seen nothing. Yes, I remember the time when we heard that Insomniac Games was carrying Sony this generation for the PS5 generation. That come to a stop now because Wolverine was shown off 4 years ago and we have not seen a pin drop. All we've been hearing on Twitter, oh, we're still working on it. These games are ballooning into larger budgets and longer development times. And the longer these games are taken to develop is the more people lose interest. Is the more you lose interest. Because you're like, okay, we've been waiting for this game, that game at XYZ time. Okay, well now this is not happening anymore. Like, what the heck is going on? No, this is not happening anymore now. Like, what's going on here? Right? Like, seriously, bro, this is time out for this nonsense. What is actually going on here now? No, this is what we have. And this is what Sony say you're going to get. We don't care. In other words, I feel like Sony just don't care anymore. They are all about doing whatever they want to do. Making their shareholders and their investors happy. Let's forget about the fans, bro. The fans are the reason why you're so successful. The fans are the reason why you got billions of dollars in revenue. Let's not get it twisted here. Your fans, the ones who stick with you since day one. That's like me sitting here being ungrateful and being disrespectful towards y'all when y'all sit here and hold me down. And if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair doing this show every single freaking day, every single year, every single month. It's because of y'all. That's like me doing that. Oh, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. I'm just going to upload whatever I want to upload. Forget about y'all. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to show respect. And give respect where respect is due. And Sony is not doing that. All this nonsensical freaking live service nonsense. The only good thing that came out of all this live service stuff was Helldivers 2. Some people would say, well, Marlon, that's a fluke. Let's see if they can do it again. Right? And right now, we still waiting because Marathon, I'm sorry, that ain't it. After looking at more and more gameplay for myself, that needs work. And y'all were right about what y'all said. I looked at the game at first during the showcase, and I said, man, this kind of looked good. There's a bunch of people. It kind of seemed pretty cool. And then I saw Destin Legary playing the game, and I was like, wait, where's everybody at? The game just looked bland, dry. It didn't even look like the same game that I saw at the Bungie showcase. I was like, what is this? And now I see why people are saying the things that they're saying. Sony, you better than this. What are you freaking smoking? What are you doing? Oh, Jesus. I'm done. I can't. I'm done. It pisses me off. I'm sorry, guys, but I had to get this off my chest. In my closing on this conversation, Sony, you can do way better than what you're doing. This generation was filled up with live service. You drop some bangers here and there. Don't get it twisted, man. God of War Ragnarok, freaking Returnal, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Okay, let's not forget. You know what I'm saying? GT7 was good. Okay, started out a little rocky, but then ended up being good afterward. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, there was some bangers. I'm not sitting here acting like there was some good games. I'm not saying that. But come on, dog. At the beginning of the generation, there was a lot of games that was slated, was not on PS5. Was not solely for PS5. They were on PS4. And people were getting very furious with Sony and Jim Ryan. Like, okay, why is all these games that were GT7 and God of War Ragnarok is supposed to be PS5 exclusives? But what people got to understand is that this is something that these companies do. Every generation, you're going to have, wait for it, what? A lot of, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Cross-gen, baby. You're going to get a lot of cross-gen games. And that's why a lot of people were upset, because people were like, we want more. We want to see what the PS5 can do. And we know what cross-generation games bring. Some people feel like, well, the game is not going to be looking at its best because it's cross-gen. So a lot of the games that people wanted to be exclusive to the PS5 weren't exclusive to PS5. They were on PS4. Now Sony talking about they continuing to support PS4. Come on, guys. So I don't know. And you're doing all these remakes and not even remakes. Let's stop. A few little remakes here and there and majority remaster. Pissed off. Talking about, oh yeah, we number one, and we ain't got no competition. Man, get out of here with that. I want to hear that. That's old news. I want to hear no nonsense about you ain't got no competition. No, that's no excuse for you not to produce. Look at Capcom. All these other third-party companies, you know, doing what they're doing. Ubisoft, EA, you see what I'm saying? Bandai Namco, they putting out games, right? You think that's stopping Capcom? Okay, but Capcom may be feeling like, oh, EA is better or Ubisoft is better or whatever. You think that's going to stop Capcom from doing the things that they've been doing for years, over 20 years now? You just going to give up? Come on, man. Yeah, I don't want to hear that nonsensical excuses. Get that out of here, man. All right, so let's move on now. So PSU.com is reporting a Capcom Spotlight set for June 26. Features Monster Hunter Wilds, Pragmata, and Resident Evil Requiem. I'm gonna tell you off rip right now. I'm very excited about this because Pragmata was shown off, and I was like, dog, like what? Like Pragmata looked absolutely amazing. And it's dropping in 2026. And so it says right here, Capcom has announced that it will be hosting a Capcom Spotlight on June the 26th, 2025 at 3 p.m. PST, which will feature the likes of Monster Hunter Wilds, Pragmata, Resident Evil Requiem, and Street Fighter 6 Years 1 to 2 Fighter Edition. It says, quote, Capcom Spotlight is a digital event that brings you the latest news from Capcom. It says that we will be presenting the latest news on the highly anticipated upcoming Capcom titles, along with developer interviews. Please look forward to information regarding the newest update for Monster Hunter Wilds as well. This broadcast will have subtitles available in 13 languages, end quote. Simple as that. Why can't Sony do that? Why can't, oh no, that's right. No, we're getting Soros gameplay later this year, and we're getting Ghost of Yote next month. Nah, we ain't doing no more PS5 showcases. Pisses me off, dude. We ain't doing no more PS5 showcases. No. We're not doing that. Nah. We ain't doing that no more. Yeah, we put a bad taste in everybody's mouth with the last one. Nah, we ain't doing nothing no more. That's it. That's it, baby. You know, we're done. We're just going to do state of plays, and we'll update y'all when we update y'all. That's all y'all going to get. Never seen something piss me off so much. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's move on. All right, so Pure Xbox. I'm so excited about this.
Thanks for the dono.
Bro.
I am happy with the current PS5 gen, especially the Pro, Returnal, GT7, GAL, DS1 Director's Cut are all bangers for me, but that's just me.
I understand, but Sony can do better. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and act like they haven't dropped some good games. Yes, they have, but bro, come on. 2 years later, and we still don't have a PS5 showcase. 4 years later, no updates on Wolverine. Man, listen, man. Come on, bro. Anyways, I'm so mad, bro. Like, it's so upsetting because it's the same garbage year over year. And people wonder why. Like, bro, we're still same Sony. Every year it's the same Sony. Quiet, not saying nothing. Same old state of play. No PS5 showcases. Nothing. Anyways, let's talk about something more exciting. A waste of time. So Pure Xbox is reporting that Xbox and AMD are delivering. Listen to this. Woo! Xbox and AMD are delivering on a promise by making existing libraries work on next gen. AKA backwards compatibility. Oh my God. At the start of this generation, if that's one thing, that's what you see me. I give credit where credit's due. I give flowers where they're due. And you know what, doggone it? Microsoft, here's your flowers for backwards compatibility. Because nostalgia sells, bro. Nostalgia, man, listen, stop wasting my time, bro. All right, so as you can see right here, it says right here, Xbox and AMD are delivering on a promise by making existing libraries work on next gen, delivering on a promise to both gamers and developers. Man, this is, oh my
Thanks for the
God,
dono.
dude. This is
Phil
nuts.
Spencer flew out to Team Ninja to discuss bringing back Ninja Gaiden.
See?
They brought it back and Shadow dropped it.
See?
They care about legacy.
They care about legacy. 100%. 100%. You can't make this up. 100%. You see what I'm saying? Look at this right here. Look at this right here. My man Tom Warren says AMD says it will go beyond building custom chips for Xbox consoles to create chips that combine the power of RYZEN and Radeon for consoles. That is nuts. You realize what I'm saying? They're combining RYZEN and Radeon for consoles and handhelds and PCs and the cloud. This is nuts. AMD says it's doing this with Microsoft, all with backwards compatibility across platforms. So that simply means every Xbox platform, every compatible platform that has Xbox ecosystem, you will have backwards compatibility across the board. Man, this is, oh my God, dude. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
AMD and Microsoft are advancing a bold shared vision for the future of gaming. One that enables seamless gameplay across any screen, placing gamers at the center of the experience anywhere. We're so excited to be deepening our relationship with Microsoft and build on the over 2 decades of partnership, innovation, and trust. From the earliest days of the Xbox 360 to the most advanced consoles such as the Xbox Series X and S.
I don't even think y'all hearing Lisa right now. Are you hearing Lisa right now? You heard what she just said? Oh my God, have mercy. If you are somebody who loves nostalgia, oh my God, have mercy. You know the Xbox Series generation was amazing when it comes to backwards compatibility. Let me go back again. I don't think y'all hearing Lisa right now. Y'all not hearing her.
Partnership, innovation, and trust. From the earliest days of the Xbox 360 to the most advanced consoles such as the Xbox Series X and S, and the recently announced ROG Xbox Ally handhelds. Moving forward, AMD will go beyond building custom chips for Xbox consoles to designing a full roadmap of gaming-optimized chips combining the power of RYZEN and Radeon for consoles, handhelds, PCs, and the cloud. And we're doing it all with backwards compatibility, so gamers can access their favorite titles across platforms, delivering on a promise to both gamers and developers. Together, we are building a vibrant open ecosystem that delivers the next generation of graphics and immersive gameplay powered by AI that includes new foundational models to accelerate the state-of-the-art in rendering.
Sweet Lord.
From console to cloud to handheld, AMD and Microsoft are building the future of immersive gaming. We are so excited to be working with Microsoft to bring all of this tech to gamers everywhere.
Lord have mercy. Wow. Microsoft was already crushing it, y'all. Microsoft was already crushing it. Okay? With backwards compatibility this generation. And now with a much more powerful chip, combining Radeon, RYZEN and Radeon together on one chip for consoles across all platforms, PC, cloud, all this stuff. And you're going to be able to play going all the way back to Xbox 360 and being able to yeah. And we sitting over here on the Sony side with backwards compatibility like.
Thanks for the dono.
My only issue with this, how much will it cost?
True. I agree. True. Always, man. Thank you so much, Zay. Always. You know, that's one of the biggest questions is how much is it going to cost? You know what I'm saying? How much is the PlayStation 6 going to cost? Is Sony going to finally wake up and give us full backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 6 and not use the PS3 excuse as, the cell? I don't want to hear that. Cell processor is old from light years ago. Why is it that we can't have... You know what? Next topic. Let's talk about this. Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about the icing on the cake, which to tie this whole thing off, right? This is exciting. And if you do love playing classics, this is chef kiss right here, okay? Listen to this. This has come from purexbox.com. Pay attention to this. Report: Xbox working on massive backwards compatibility overhaul called Xbox Classics. Oh my God. Whoa. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think y'all hearing me. I don't think y'all hearing me today. Pure Xbox is reporting Xbox is working on a massive backwards compatibility overhaul called Xbox Classics, and it's set to be revealed in 2026. Lord, Microsoft is wee boy. It says, it was just recently that we have heard Spanish YouTuber Xdes1S about release dates and pricing for the ROG Xbox Ally handheld. And now they're back at it again with another video today, this time talking about Xbox backwards compatibility. In their video, they mentioned that according to a source of theirs that works inside Microsoft, Xbox is embarking on an ambitious project with a provisional name of Xbox Classics. Whoa! And they insist this name could easily change, dedicated to focusing on original Xbox and Xbox 360 emulation. Oh my God, if this is true. Oh my God. AMD just said what they just said. Lisa just said what she said. They advise it's a new advanced emulation platform that should offer big benefits across multiple systems. Wait a minute. Sarah talked about it. Lisa just talked about it. Oh my God, man. Talking about you ain't got no competition. Oh, okay. Anyways, quote, what Xbox is working on is a new advanced emulation platform designed to run classic Xbox 360 games and original titles with the stability and graphical improvements, full integration with Game Pass, oh my God, PC, current consoles, portable devices like the ROG Ally, like the ROG Xbox Ally, and of course the cloud. Oh, dog. They update their cloud server blades next generation. Oh my Lord. With this crazy backwards compatibility with this Xbox Classics. Can you imagine playing all these games from the original Xbox? They look better, they play better, you're getting higher frame rates. Oh my God, have mercy. Xbox 360, legendary. Being able to play these games at higher frame rate, they look better, they play better. Look at what the Switch 2 is doing right now. Look at what the Switch 2 is doing natively on the friggin' console. It's running a lot of the Switch games at a higher resolution, or the resolution looks a little bit sharper, more crisper. All right, you're getting double the frame rate on Bayonetta 3. Come on, you know this. And if the Switch 2 is doing this, can you imagine what Microsoft is going? All right, and Sony over here wasting our time, sitting on their bag. Sitting on their bag with classic games from PS3, PS2, PS1. You're sitting on your bag. You got games like Infamous 1 and 2, Second Son, Heavenly Sword, Motor Storm, SOCOM, Resistance, and wasting time. Waste of time. Waste of time. you sitting on your bag. You literally sitting on your bag and sitting on your hands at the same time. Like, what are you doing, Sony? All right, so check this out. So this has come from Wario64. Says right here that the game business, I quote, most third-party Switch 2 games posted very low numbers.
OMG, Xbox is the Eden of gaming. Old, new, AAA, AA, portable, desktop, TV, Fire Stick, showcases, controllers, OMG.
Yep. I'm telling you, crushing it. Woo!
Make our own destiny.
Crushing it. Crushing it.
Simply, Microsoft is working on the future.
Yep.
Sony still in the past.
Yep.
They better get it together.
Better get it together, bro. Get it together. You hear me? Get it together. Yeah, so like I was telling y'all, appreciate y'all support. the gaming business, most third-party Switch 2 games posted very low numbers. One third-party publisher characterized the numbers as below our lowest estimates despite the strong hardware sales. Cyberpunk 2077 was the best-selling third-party game, has the game actually on the cart. So again, as you can see right now, apparently Cyberpunk 2077 is the best-selling third-party game right now for the Switch 2. I'm not surprised. And so again, and has the game actually on the cart beaten launch sales of Witcher 3 on Switch 1. So
Thanks for the dono.
Man, this is nuts.
Xbox known to overpromise things and always letting down. It ain't changing, come on, you know this, lol.
Hey man, listen. But look at the evidence though, bro. Look at the evidence of the backwards compatibility that they've been doing since the start of this generation. So you know it's not a lie. FPS boosts, you know, auto HDR, like these games older games looking better and playing better. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, look at the games. They're not lying. Look at the games. Last year Xbox Showcase, this year Xbox Showcase, the consistency in the games that they've been dropping. You know how many games that they have in the pipeline, first party games that we have already seen from last year and we're waiting for next year to Perfect Dark, okay? State of Decay 3, okay? Fable, right? Marvel's Blade, the next Elder Scrolls. Lord have mercy. The next Forza, Halo being remade or remastered. That's 7 right there. And I ain't even done yet. Gears of War E-Day, that's 8. Do I need to keep going? Forza Horizon 6. Do I need to keep going? 9. Bro, I need to stop. I need to quit while I'm at it right now. You got all these freaking games. You can say, oh no, they're coming to PS5. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. It still counts as putting out software and games for people to play. It don't matter what box you played on. Microsoft is like, we don't care anymore about exclusives. We want everybody to play games and to enjoy the games that they want to play, regardless of what piece of plastic it's on. It's the fanboys that sits here and divides everything up, right? So it don't matter. They have more software coming out than Sony. And that is the truth. That last year's Xbox Showcase, oh my God, have mercy. Come on, man. Man, listen, bro. Like I said, bro, and I will continue to say this. You know, Sony can do way better than what they're doing. Way better. Look how much Sony just sitting there being quiet this entire time. And they have the power. They have the ability to change things, but they don't. They don't want to change anything. They want to keep being the same Sony year after year. Right? Oh, we're the market leader. We're selling more consoles. That's it? That's all you got? Well, where are the games at? Microsoft is showing games that are still in development. Right? Anyways, PSU.com is reporting EA still plans to reveal the new Battlefield game this summer. Yay! Mark, where you at, homie? Mark, I don't see you, baby. Mark, show up, man. Show up, bro. This is for you, man. I know you've been touting about Battlefield this, Battlefield that. Look at that. Look at that right there. It went from pre-alpha to alpha, whatever the case may be. And now EA is talking about they're going to be showing this game, right? Look at EA out here. Next Battlefield game. You get to see it this summer. Oh, Lord have mercy. Says right here that speaking on X, Andy McNamara Global Senior Director of Integrated Comms at Battlefield Studios, had the following to say when asked about whether or not the reveal would take place in June. Quote, "We got some things brewing." Smiling emoji. Before adding, the community will know when the reveal is coming. We are focused on labs and preparing for the reveal this summer. Okay, so there we have it. Battlefield 6 is getting announced this summer, although that doesn't mean it will happen this month. So July, maybe August, somewhere around there. Yay, can't wait to see it, because with all the stuff that I've seen so far for this game, holy freaking smokes, it looks incredible. You know what I mean? The destructions and all that looks really, 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 really good. So EA's out here like doing their thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? They about to show the game and everything. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button for me. Like, this is crazy right now. So yeah, man, let's get into the Q&A right quick, because man, Microsoft turned things around, bro. Nobody can sit in this stream and tell me that
Thanks for the dono.
Microsoft didn't turn things around.
This chat don't realize what's about to be released. I played it and in my opinion it's the best BF made, and I'm an old player from the BF3/BF4 era.
Wow. Mark, I'm happy you were able to play it, bro. I am so happy. So you're saying that this is the best Battlefield ever
Thanks
made
for the dono.
from the
I remember ponies crying about Xbox One game per year.
Yep. You remember? Oh, that's over with now. That's over with now, my brother. You can't say that no more now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, Microsoft ain't got no games. You can't say that no more. That's over with, bro. You cannot say that no more. You know what I mean? Microsoft is changing the game. They started out this generation on a bad note. And man, they are crushing it right now. Every single year that I live, I can't wait to tune into an Xbox showcase, because I know. Look at what Phil Spencer did with Ninja Gaiden 4, bro. This man went out of his way. Right? To bring back Ninja Gaiden. We got Black and we got freaking Ninja Gaiden 4. Man, you see what I'm saying? All these games that we grew up on, right? You got Perfect Dark. What are we doing right now? You can't defend Sony. There's no defending this. Perfect Dark, something that I grew up playing. Perfect Dark on the 360 was not good. Perfect Dark from the N64 days. Huh? We're getting a new Perfect Dark game. Come on, you know this. Man, Microsoft, we got the games, bro. It don't matter. Exclusive. You can't pull the exclusivity card anymore, because even Sony is stepping away from exclusivity. Even Sony, they have the game exclusive, because you heard what Sony just recently said, that the PS5, the console, will always be their top priority. So that simply means they're always going to release their games first on the console before they put it on PC. That's fine, but we know eventually it's going to go to PC. But exclusivity, bro, is not a thing anymore for Microsoft. It's not a thing anymore for some of these companies. The only company that is staying tried and true to exclusivity is Nintendo. Then you don't see Nintendo. You see other people doing illegal stuff, you know what I mean, trying to pirate their games and stuff. But you see what they do. They shut that down real quick and sue people left and right. But look at Nintendo right now. You want to play Mario Kart World? You have to buy a Switch 2. Plain and simple. You see what I'm saying? You want Donkey Kong Bonanza? You have to buy a Switch 2. You can't get that nowhere else. So again, Nintendo is doing what they're doing. Microsoft is doing what they're doing. And Sony. Everybody can't do the same thing. And that's what people have to understand, is that everybody can't do the same thing, bro. And Sony, on the other hand, they can do better. They can do way better than what they've been doing. Man, talk about pandemic. Man, get that out of here. I want to hear no nonsense about no pandemic. Man, listen. I said after all the this games as a service, it says I can see PlayStation or Sony Entertainment buy WB. We'll see about that WB purchase. I mean, it would be a really good fit for Sony, but we'll see. Gears of War E-Day. Oh yeah, Gears of War E-Day is going to be on PS5. You already know, bro. You already know. Like you already know that. He said do a poll Xbox 360 versus Series X, Series S and S. You already know, man. You know what's happening right now and what's been happening. All this time we've been waiting, bro. All this time. And some of y'all, you know what? I remember vividly clear. Y'all were asking for what's up with Sly Cooper. Well, Sucker Punch replied and said, yeah, we know people have been asking for Sly Cooper, but we're busy working on, you know what I'm saying, Ghost of Yotei. Right? We're busy working on that. And it's like, dog, like, okay, I get that. I understand that. You know, that's them coming out saying that. And at the same time, y'all asking for Infamous. Y'all asking for all these games to come back. And you say Gears of War remaster better on Pro. Man, listen, bro. All I can say is I have not played it on Series X. And the beta is getting ready to happen. Again, they extended the beta, right? So I can't wait to replay the beta again. Man, oh my goodness, man. He said, hold the table. Oh, the table has turned big time, bro. Big time. The table has turned big time. You know what I mean? Like Microsoft is there. They are crushing it right now. Microsoft does not care about console sales. They don't care. Now, Microsoft is a legion of many now. You see AMD coming out saying they're fusing Ryzen and Radeon together, right? Across all. There's no limitations. Exclusivity is dead, bro. Look at these games that used to be Final Fantasy 16 was only on PlayStation, right? And then now it goes to another platform, not even selling very well, right? It's like exclusivity. I don't freaking know. Do you hear Square Enix saying, yeah, we need to move around our games because they're not selling enough on PlayStation or they're not doing as much as we thought. So now we're gonna expand. All these companies that just used to keep their games just on one box is putting their games elsewhere.
Thanks for the dono.
Remember, Marlon, Xbox is making new prototype.
Wait, what? I heard about a prototype. Like I saw something about that. Wait, Microsoft is doing something with prototype? Oh my God. My God. Well, Activision owned the IP, right? I think. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of y'all are quick with it, faster than me. For prototype, wasn't it Activision that owned the IP? Oh, shoot. Well, there it is. There's your answer. So you're correct. Microsoft bought Activision, so oh my God, have mercy. And that is nostalgia, bro. That is friggin' nostalgia. Friggin' some of y'all don't even remember prototype. Alex Mercer, I think that was the guy's name. Alex Mercer. I remember it vividly clear from PS3. Come on, bro. Oh, God have mercy. Lord. He said Microsoft is laying off 6,000 people. Not surprised, man. That's the nature of the beast. You know, I hope those people that got laid off get their job back. But, hey, man, it's kind of crazy right now. But my whole thing is, it said, Marlon, you sound crazy. They care. Bro, listen, Microsoft right now, when I say they don't care, bro, Microsoft does not report on console sales like that. Not as much as Sony does. Right? If Microsoft cared about console sales, they would have been pushing that narrative of exclusive games, exclusivity. Not anymore. Because they realize there's a higher ceiling to reach. Why do you think that they're partnering up with AMD, the king right now when it comes to mobile chips? Come on. Because they're trying to expand. They're the biggest third. Pay attention. Get out of your mindset of exclusivity for a second and expand your mind. If you were Microsoft right now, would you put all your eggs in one basket, or would you expand your goods and services as much as you can across the entire world if you could?
Thanks for the dono.
Bruh, what's up with your fan base? People actually talking about what Microsoft can afford. What can't they afford?
Hey, you already know, Pharaoh. You already freaking know. Listen, bro. Listen. I'm trying to tell you, boys. Microsoft right now, you might not be okay. At first, I wasn't okay with them doing what they were doing. But then when I do realize the main plan, the main ordeal, and the vision and what they were trying to do, I said, okay, cool. Yeah, of course, they're both partnering up with AMD. But there's a difference. We don't know much about the PlayStation 6 other than there's going to be a handheld and the PlayStation 6. Yes, they're both partnering up with AMD. That's besides the point. The point is Microsoft got a whole... Man, y'all don't even see what's going on. Microsoft got a whole suite of devices. You understand what I'm saying? That they're going to be bringing this whole Xbox full experience. Man, Mike, you think Microsoft is worried about Sony with these console sales nonsense? They ain't worried about all that. Buy the console if you want it. If you don't want it, that's fine. You see what I'm saying? Sony, that's their bread and butter, is for you to buy a PlayStation 5. Microsoft, they don't care if you buy a Xbox Series X or S. They don't care because they know they can get you anywhere. Now they can get you on that PC handheld they already been getting you on that. But I'm just saying the Xbox branded version of it, this whole Xbox full experience UI situation going on, the next generation of Xbox to be able to play PC games and your console games on one box. They're changing the freaking game. Wake up, man. Y'all can stay there, bro. Shoot. One thing with me, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But man, Microsoft, look at what they're doing. They're changing the game. They're changing it. Bruh. Y'all can still sit in there stuck in the past on exclusivity. Let that exclusivity stuff go, bro. Because most of you guys who are hanged up on exclusivity ain't buying the freaking games. You're not buying the games enough for them to keep the friggin' games exclusives. So don't sit there and get mad. Nighthawk, what's going on? Don't sit there and get mad now that Microsoft changed their strategy, because most of these games weren't really selling as much on the Xbox consoles to begin with. Why do you think they shift and went to mobile and cloud and PC and all this stuff years ago? Because they know they can make so much more money. It's crazy, bro. Like it's just, bro. You look at what Microsoft is doing and you look at what Sony is doing. Look at the classics that Microsoft is bringing. Halo, the original friggin' Halo. I am going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. The original Halo is coming back.
Thanks for the dono.
Xbox is revolutionizing gaming.
Bro, it's drumline roll it. Bro, this is nuts, dude. This is nuts. The original... Dog, I used to play the original Halo before I go to school. Before I go to school every freaking day. When I was in middle school. You understand what I'm saying? Every freaking day. Every day. Right? And my dad used to come home. What you playing? I'm playing Halo, man. Used to hear them little aliens. Like throw a plasma grenade. You know what I mean? Like assault rifles, shotguns, all this stuff. What? Plasma. Man, listen, bro. The fact that they're bringing back the original Halo combat. Man, what? And what is Sony doing? You can, man, get out of my face, bro. You can sit here and you can bring back Killzone, right? If Microsoft can do it, you can do it. I'm tired of the excuses. Man, whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? You people been asking for classics. People been asking for classics, for you to bring back classics. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Come on, man. You know how much fun I had playing Gears with my cousin? My cousin just called me a while ago. I'm guessing he don't realize. My cousin don't realize that I'm live right now. He just called me. I know he can't wait to play. I can't wait to play Gears of War beta with him again over the weekend. The amount of fun that me and him had together is mind blowing. You understand what I'm saying? Literally mind blowing. The amount of fun that we had together, that nostalgia of playing Gears almost made me cry. And Sony,
Thanks for the dono.
God dang it, man.
Game Pass is better than exclusivity. Bing bong. Mind blown emoji. Mind blown emoji. Mind blown emoji.
I said Ninja Gaiden 4 is no Microsoft Studio. Thanks. Thanks God. Listen, bro. Listen. It says if I was Sony now, I would start focusing on movies, entertainment. They make so much more success now. He said you are wasting your time trying to make sense to a pony. Yeah, man.
Thanks for the dono.
When they say play everywhere, they mean it. This younger generation is playing on their phone, TV, and handhelds.
Yep.
When you play Candy Crush, that's ABK.
Yep. 100%. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I was so lost. And I couldn't see the vision. I couldn't see it for myself on what Microsoft was. I was upset. Just like everybody else. I'm like, what? You're going to take away exclusives and put them on other platforms? And then when I started to realize afterwards, I said, oh, shoot. Okay, well, more people can play these games and have fun. And instead of keeping them on the box, why? When you can make more money. And I had to put on my business hat for a second. I'm like, man, if I was Microsoft, I would be doing the same thing. Why am I going to sit there and just make everything exclusive if it's not selling as much? Why make it exclusive if it ain't selling as much when you can put it on other platforms like PlayStation 5 and make bank? Come on. Gears is number one. Indiana Jones was number one. Forza was number one on the charts. Tearing up the freaking charts, bro. So why not put the games? If it makes money, it makes sense. Some of y'all talking nonsense. I guarantee y'all, if y'all were in the business right now, you wouldn't be saying, if you were Microsoft, you would put every friggin' single game on PS5. Because if it's selling, you gonna keep doing it. What's gonna stop you? If it make money, it makes, boy, if I was Microsoft, oh God Almighty, I wouldn't stop bringing it. They would get tired of me. If it's working, why not? You must think, listen, you must think this is from like 15, 20 years ago. Them old-fashioned stuff is done. I had to realize that, bro. When Jim Ryan came out and talked about, oh, we're putting this Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. Come on. When he came out and said he putting Spider-Man on PC and dudes talking about they done with Sony and they throwing out their PS4s and they done. Them guys are still supporting Sony to this day. Talking about you done. Taking out, doing memes of taking out their PS4s to the trash. You know, taking out their PS5s to the dumpster. Oh, you putting this on, Spider-Man 2 on PC? God of War Ragnarok? I'm done with Sony. I'm done. And they still sitting to this day. They're still there. And you see why these companies, look at Stellar Blade. Performed 19 times more in sales than on the PS5. 1 million copies in 3 days. Huh? In 3 days. 1 million freaking copies. And you talking about exclusives? Okay, bro. 1 million. Look, y'all think, okay. Okay. Y'all think I'm joking. All right. Y'all talking about exclusivity. Okay. How many copies of Stellar Blade was sold on PC? 1 million. Yeah, y'all don't believe me, right? Because I'm blowing smoke, right? 1 million copies of Stellar Blade was sold on PC in 3 days. If Microsoft keep going, it will kill the PlayStation profit fast. It said, who was the best CEO of PlayStation timeline? I would say, for me, Jack Tretton, and Sean Layton. Who else? I want to say Andrew House was good too. But you know, and then obviously, what's his name again? His name is in my head. Japanese dude. I forgot his name right now. From the PS3 generation. I forgot his name. Y'all will tell me like what it is. He said, "Thanks for beta testing the games for us, Xbox." I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all with this console war stuff. I'm done with y'all, man. He said we might see Sony just making hardware to run Xbox games in the future. Man, I'm telling you, the PS5 is looking like, I don't know, the best third-party machine right now on the market. I'm not even playing, because Microsoft is putting all their games and they're selling even way better, you know, than they were before when they first came out. Man, bro. Man, listen, bro. Yeah, Jack Tretton. Yeah, man. Jack Tretton was good, man. He was really Ken. Yeah, Ken. Yeah. Yep. That's who I was talking about. Yep. He said, Marlon says everyone calls out Xbox. Why you calling out PlayStation? Hey, because they need to be called out. They need to be called out, bro. They're not perfect. They're not immune to being called out. They need to be called out, bro. He said, don't worry, Marlon. It's hard to get out in a delusional state. He said, for now, this is on I'm calling Xbox Xbot. Said, nah, Marlon, still don't have Game Pass. I can't agree with you, brother. Bro, I've been had Game Pass since the very beginning. What? What? Bro, my Game Pass subscription ends October of 2026. Okay? I am locked in for Game Pass, bro. I have to have Game Pass for content creation. Some of these games I might not be able to afford, or some of these games I might not have, you know, I might not get in for review, and boom, I have access to Game Pass. As a content creator, your job is to crank out. Your job is to crank out the content, right? So if it's available on Game Pass right away, I can play it. I can play it for you guys and purchase the game later on. Because as you guys can see, my bookshelf over there, right? Like, I love picking up physical games when I can. You know what I'm saying? If it's a game that I'm into. So I'm Gucci till October of 2026, bro. And that's been the case for a while now. A long while now I've been locked in with Game Pass. So, hey, man. Shoot. So yeah.
Thanks for the dono.
Can we watch the Bonanza Direct? Lamau.
Oh shoot! Do y'all want to see the Donkey Kong Bonanza? I gotta ask everybody because I know people are asking questions and stuff like that. But you say you hurting people feelings, Marlon? Nah, it's not a hurting. It's just speaking the truth, man. It's speaking. Do y'all want to see the Donkey Kong Bonanza, guys? I don't want to just be rude and show that because I know y'all asking questions. So, no, saw it already. Bits of it for sure. Yes. No. Microsoft finally execution is in the air. Next Xbox said they're hard at work testing and figuring things out. Yep. Oh yeah. Let me see if I see your message. Some of y'all saying nope. Repeat your message because chat's going crazy today. Said third-party games not selling on Switch too. Yep. They're not selling as well so far. We'll see as time progresses. Oh, your tweet. No, I have not. I have not seen your tweet. No. Is it something breaking news or something? I have not seen your tweet, brother. Let me see. Game Pass Ultimate is actually worth $100+ a month because of the quality it brings to gamers. You said nope. You said yes, I want to see it. Show it, Marlon. Xbox. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. Yeah, man, stuff is crazy, guys. That's all I can say, man. You gotta call stuff out, man. You gotta call stuff out. You gotta keep it a buck. You have to keep it a buck. You can't sit here acting like, you know what I mean, like look at Nintendo right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they didn't have a strong launch, but at the same time, like, man, I don't even know what else to say right now. Sorry. Sony can do better, bro. That's the moral of the story. They can do better. Nah, we ain't making no excuses. We ain't making no excuses for them. All right? No excuses for them. Period. End of story. You know what? I just thought about it. Oh, shoot. It's already over my time. I'm already over my time today, guys. We can look at it tomorrow. I'm already over my time. I'm already over my limit of time right now. So I just realized it's a 17-minute, and we do have to go somewhere today, and I do have to call back these people. So we'll cover it tomorrow when we have more time. Let's get these last bit of questions in real quick. We had 620 votes. Thank y'all for y'all support. It says, are you unhappy with Sony and the lack of PS5 first-party games? 72% of you guys said yes, and 28% of you guys said no. It says, which one you prefer, PS5 Pro? I prefer both, man. I have both, so I prefer both. I said, the truth really hurts. Grab your PS5 and hold it close to your heart and hug it. It's going to be okay. I know it's hard to accept Xbox's butter. Man, it's not about which machine or which company is better than the other. It's just what they're doing, man. It comes down to what your action is. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. But right now, with what Microsoft is doing, it's crazy. You can't help, if you're a PlayStation fan, you can't help but think about what Microsoft is doing right now. You can't say what you used to say about Microsoft in the past. Now you got to focus on the now and what they're doing now. You know, the Xbox Ally, you know, with that full Xbox experience, almost like a Steam-like operating system, get you right into the games right away, alleviating the process of Windows and getting you into the experience right away. And if the rumors are true about the next Xbox with, you know, PC, you know, being able to play PC games, you know, any storefront you want, all right, playing your Xbox games natively on one box. Oh my God, that is nuts. The cloud, everything. Like, it's just, man. Manage your time wisely. Yeah, you already know, McShawn. You already know your boy's on Your boy is on a time leash. But yeah, man, like I told you guys, Sony got to step it up, bro. Sony, I can almost guarantee you there's not one PlayStation fan out here that would disagree with me. Where is the PS5 showcase? Where is the PS5 showcase? Where is the PS5 showcase? Can't answer that. You can't answer that question. Yeah, Soros, yeah, we're getting that later this year, but that's probably going to be a state of play. Where is the PS5 showcase? Phantom Blade Zero. We have not seen nothing on Phantom Blade Zero in a minute now. You say you prefer PS5 Pro to do gameplay most of the time, no cap. I mean, it all depends on what game that's being sent to me, but hey, I love my Series X too. You know, I play both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, PlayStation 5 have its perks. Series console will have their perks. Lost Soul aside, Marvel's Wolverine. We have not seen a pin drop in 4 years from Marvel's Wolverine. Where's Marvel Wolverine at? Nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing. When you say Xbox is dead, define Xbox being dead. Define Xbox being dead. Can you define Xbox being dead for me? Please define that. Because besides them not doing exclusive games anymore, yeah, please explain to me how they're dead. Because they're clearly... Oh, Lord. What you mean, where is Perfect Dark? Perfect Dark is coming out soon. Oh, Lord. I can't, bro. Perfect Dark is probably going to drop next year. You say, I've been pissed at Sony for a reason you saying. Yeah, straight up. Straight up. And if you look at the state of plays, right? Look at the state of plays that we've been getting, and time again, you guys have always been saying, man, that state of play ain't that good, or man, I was hoping for a PS5 showcase, but yet still Microsoft comes out and get you a Xbox showcase and get you developer directs every single year. What does Sony do? State of plays. That's it. That's all you get now. After 2023, this is all you get. It's just state of plays, nothing else. And whenever we feel like we want to update you, you already had PlayStation Showcase, Xbox gave it to you. Hey, you're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right, man. You're probably right. I said, Marlon Gaming Nation says, I have a question. Sony gave some time. Said, with your PlayStation Showcase. Nah, bro. They need to drop that PS5 Showcase, bro. That's what we want. We want PS5 Showcase. The gamers want what they want, bro. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? Give credit where credit's due. It's okay. Some of y'all are a diehard. And listen, I get it, bro. I get it. Some of y'all are diehard freaking PlayStation fans. You know what I'm saying? And don't want to admit, like, hey, you know, oh, you're my wife. Oh, God. Of course you are. You say, hey, fam, that Tupac shirt is one of the hardest I've seen ever. Hey, thank you so much. I said, hurry up, Dad. Let's go. All right, guys. All right. My wife is waiting on me right now. So we're having a really good discussion. And I appreciate y'all. My daughter and my wife is waiting on me to burn. So I got to go. So I love you guys, man. I can't wait to play Gears tomorrow. Me and my cousin, we're going to fire up that Gears up. Man, I don't care what none of y'all say, bro. Microsoft is bringing back that nostalgia, bro. They're bringing back what made Xbox great in the very first place. The original Gears of War being remastered for all these consoles. And Halo Combat Evolve. Yeah. Have yourself a great day. I love y'all. Hit that like button. Let's go crazy with it and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Enough
Thanks
said.
for the dono.
Enough said.
PS5 is dead. Sell it and get ready for PS6. Fire emoji.
Nah, man. I'm going to hold my PS5, though. I'm going to hold on to my PS5. But Sony, please do better. I love y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. And have yourself a great one. Peace. Y'all, some of y'all, man. I can't with some of y'all.
Cut to the chase. Everyone give me some space. Don't fall out, we fall into place. Every step walking with grace, amen. Keeping my foot off the brakes. Impact, I'm ready to brace. We fall down and land on our face. Just to get up and finally escape. Wait, boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. They live through the story they made, okay? Boom, boom. Baby, I'm trying to get paid. Legends don't die in a grave. Hey, legends don't die anyway. I was working on a play today. Body bags covered away. I paved, zipped up like a bathing ape. How many of us then came and stayed? Not too many. I've been staying awake to get it and get right on every mistake. I give them a bite, they taking a plate. It's all been a feeling that I couldn't shake. So I just keep killing till I'm at the gates. We straight, we treat them like worms in a lake. They bake, just give me a drum and a bass. I skate and grind till I'm numb in the face, okay? Don't fuck up my day, don't talk